Good morning. I'm Sarah Steen. I'm the founder of Miss Efficiency, and I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar. Just so I can make sure that everybody can hear me and see my screen, please just type yes into the chat box now. Can everybody see my screen and hear me? Okay. So I've got notification that you can see and hear me, but you can't chat. So I apologize for that. So we'll just keep moving on. So I've been running Miss Efficiency for over 20 years, and our core purpose is to eradicate financial stress. So today we're diving into the heart of your business, your balance sheet. Your balance sheet, and we're going to look at the top 3 numbers that could transform your financial gain and propel your business forward. If you have any questions or observations, we did want to pop them into the chat box, but if you can't, just save them till the end and we can come back to them after. So let's get started. In the world of business, knowledge truly is power. Your top 3 balance sheet numbers aren't just figures. They're the keys to unlocking the full potential of your business. As you dive into the intricacies of your financial landscape, remember this: clarity breeds confidence, and informed decisions pave the way for success. As bookkeepers, there are 3 problems that we find that many business owners encounter. First of all, finance is complicated. Let's face it, finance can feel like a maze of jargon and numbers, but understanding your balance sheet is like having a treasure map through that maze. It simplifies the complex and turns financial jargon into language that you can not only understand, but you can use it to your advantage. The second problem is busyness leads to oversight. I get it. Life gets hectic, and running a business is not always a walk in the park. When we're caught up in the day-to-day whirlwind of running our businesses, it can be easy to overlook the finer details. Yet the balance sheet holds the keys to your financial kingdom. Ignoring it might mean missing out on opportunities, or worse, walking into avoidable pitfalls. The third problem is finance is often deemed boring. Let's be real. Finance can have a reputation for being a bit of a snooze fest. But what if I told you that the balance sheet is the superhero of your business story? It's not just about the numbers. It's about unlocking the potential for business growth, profit, and making your business goals a reality. So while there might be more enjoyable things to do, understanding your balance sheet can be the game changer you never knew you needed. So today we're going to do a deep dive into your balance sheet, and we're specifically going to be looking at cash flow, director's drawings / revenue, and total equity. Now, these numbers aren't necessarily the numbers that every business owner should keep an eye on, but this will give you an understanding of how and why it's important to use your balance sheet and the insights that you gain from it to your advantage. So my intention is not just to deliver a presentation here today. My intention is to show you how you can unlock your key figures on your balance sheet to increase cash, improve profitability, and enhance clarity. For those of you who listen to today's presentation and feel like you'd like to know more and would like to gain a deeper financial clarity of your business position, I have some spots available for what we call a discovery call, where we can learn about your business, what you need, and how we can help. Now I'll put the link in the chat for those who are interested, and hopefully you are able to see the chat even though you can't actually comment. Now, another heads up, I'm going to be sharing a worksheet with you shortly where you can enter some of your own figures. And in order to do that, you'll need to jump into your accounting file and bring up your balance sheet and your profit and loss for the last 6 months. And if you're not sure how to do that, don't worry, because I can step you through it. And if you don't have access to those figures now, that's okay. Just download the worksheet and you can fill them in later. Okay. So let's dive into the secrets of unlocking your balance sheet. You know, in the wild ride of running your business, you're likely caught up in the thick of things, securing sales, managing your team, and maybe putting out some fires. And when you do manage to glance at your numbers, it's often a quick look at the bank account and maybe the profit and loss. And I totally get it. Those are the immediate pulse checks, right? But here's the thing I've noticed and genuinely believe. The unsung hero of your financial insights is your balance sheet. It's like the backstage pass to your business's financial concert. It tells the financial story of your business, where you've been, where you are now, and it gives you a sneak peek into where you're headed. So while the profit and loss shouts out the performance over time, the balance sheet is like the quiet narrator offering the comprehensive lowdown on your assets, liabilities, and your equity. The stuff that truly paints the picture. Unlocking the balance sheet is like flipping through the pages of your business's life story. It lets you see the investments you've made, the cool stuff that you've accumulated, and it gives you a reality check on what you owe. It's not just about where you are now. It's like a crystal ball showing where you're headed. So beyond the day-to-day, taking a deep dive into the balance sheet is like having an intimate conversation with your business's financial soul. It's not just about checking the vitals. It's about understanding the nuances, the strengths, and where the weak spots might be. It's your roadmap for strategic decision-making, helping you navigate the financial terrain with clarity. And if you want to plan for the future, the balance sheet is your best tool for that. It's not just about reacting to the present, it's about making decisions that set you up for success down the road. In a nutshell, while the bank account and the profit and loss are like the headliners, unlocking the balance sheet is your VIP backstage pass. It's where the real story unfolds, providing you with the insights and foresight that you need to make the right moves and to keep the financial show rolling. All right, so let's look at 3 things the balance sheet really brings to the table. It's not just a bunch of numbers. Think of it as your business's financial roadmap. So first off, we're talking about cash flow. Imagine cash flow as the heartbeat of your business. It's not just about making money and having it come in and go out. It's the rhythm that keeps your business alive. When you understand and optimize your cash flow, it's like conducting a finely tuned orchestra. You ensure that there's enough harmony between the money you receive, the payments that you make, and the reserves that you keep. It's the difference between a smooth sailing ship and one battling constant financial storms. Now, profitability. Profitability isn't just about making money, it's about making smart money. It's like having a recipe for success. Maximizing profitability isn't just a goal, it's a journey of strategic decisions, cost efficiencies, and finding those sweet spots where your business shines. And lastly, business growth. It's like seeing your business evolve from a sprout to a mighty tree. Understanding your balance sheet isn't just a financial exercise, it's a roadmap for growth. It's about spotting opportunities in the numbers, making decisions that fuel expansion, and scaling up smartly. Business growth is a journey, and your balance sheet is the compass guiding you through the twists and turns of that journey. So when you think about it, cash flow, profitability, and business growth, they're not just financial terms. They're the heartbeat, the success recipe, and the roadmap that can turn your business goals into a reality. Dive into those numbers, make them work for you, and watch your business not just survive, but thrive in the rhythm of financial success. Now, these shouldn't be just a bunch of numbers your bookkeeper likes to talk about. They're tools for gaining clarity, increasing cash flow, and improving profitability. Now, please get excited with me as we explore and unlock the balance sheet. But before I do that, I do have a worksheet for you, and I'll just pop that into chat now. And I'm hoping that you will be able to download that. If you can, just download it and open it up. Okay, so if you've been able to download that, the first thing I want you to do is fill in the top section of the worksheet as a reminder. The keys to driving my business forward are cash flow, profitability, and business growth. Let me say that again. The keys to driving my business forward are cash flow, profitability, and business growth. All right, let's keep moving. So how does understanding these top three numbers help you? Well, the answer is this. It puts you in the driver's seat of your business. It gives you empowerment. Armed with knowledge, you have the power to navigate your business journey with confidence and precision. It enables you to make strategic decisions. Your balance sheet isn't just a whole bunch of numbers designed to confuse you. It's a tool for strategic decision-making. It will help guide you in allocating resources, managing debt, and optimizing your assets for maximum impact. Finally, it helps you achieve your goals faster. With a clear understanding of your numbers, you can make decisions that accelerate your progress towards your business goals. Now let's dive into cash flow. All right, picture this. Your business is your road trip. Now, what's the fuel that keeps your car going? It's cash. Monitoring that cash is like keeping an eye on your fuel gauge. Monitoring your cash is the ultimate crystal ball. It's like having a sneak peek into the future. It gives you vital information about whether you're cruising comfortably or if there's a potential roadblock ahead. It's your early warning system for any financial bumps in the road. And guess what? It's not just about avoiding potholes. It's also your ticket to making some pretty cool side trips. Do you have an opportunity to expand or invest? Cash is your ticket to get there. It's the freedom to take those side trips to growth without running on empty. And do you know what? Cash isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving. When you're on top of your cash game, you're not just reacting to things that pop up. You're proactively steering your business. It's like being the driver instead of just a passenger. Think of monitoring your cash as your GPS for business. It tells you where you are, warns you about the traffic ahead, and it guides you to exciting new destinations. Keeping an eye on your cash means you're not just running a business, you're taking a journey towards success. Does that make sense so far? Hopefully you're still with me. So let's go back to the worksheet and your accounting software. And I apologize that you haven't been able to access the chat. So I'm hoping that you have been able to download the worksheet. If not, I can email it through to you afterwards. But what I'd like you to do is pull up your balance sheet for the last 6 months. And I want you to enter your closing cash balance for each month into the worksheet. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, let me show you in the Xero demo file. So over here, I've got the Xero demo file up, and to pull up your reports, you go to accounting. You might have it saved as a favorite down here. If not, just pop into reports here. And we want to scroll down to financial statements and bring up the balance sheet. And I've just made a small tweak to the chat box. I'm hoping that you might be able to access that now. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. I sincerely apologize. This is my first webinar. Clearly. All right. So hopefully you've been able to download the worksheet and you've got your balance sheet open in front of you. Now, what will come up here initially is it might come up with the last financial year or maybe the last month. So we want to look at the last 6 months. So click your drop down here and we want end of last month. And then we want to compare with, make sure this comparison period is months, and we want enter number of months, and we want to look at the last 5 months and update. Now, what we want to look at are your bank accounts. So you might have one bank account, which is fine, or you might have a few. So you might have a trading account, a savings account, and maybe a GST account. So all of those totals, that's the total amount that we want to add into those 6 spots on the spreadsheet. So in this case, it will be 158,000, 173, 188, and so on. And has everybody been able to download the worksheet? Just let me know in chat if you have been able to access it. I don't know how to fix that. I've just put it in again. Now it's working. Now it's working. Jennifer. Oh, no. Oh, all right. Okay, I'm just putting it in again. It says that it's accessible to everybody. Oh, hang on. No, that's definitely Sarah error there. Try that. I'm so sorry. Lucky I'm very good at bookkeeping. Okay. Please download the spreadsheet, the worksheet. Find your 6 months of numbers and please pop them into the worksheet and let me know when you've done it if you can. All right, now let's have a look at those numbers. It's all very well to have them, but what are they telling you? Can you see some trends? Is cash trending upward or downward, or is it steady, or is it all over the place? How does it look when you compare it to some other numbers, such as your stock on hand or your accounts receivable? And is your cash going up because it's tied up in uncollected debt or stock is stuck on the shelves? Or is it trending up because you've had an influx of new revenue, which is converted straight to your bank account? Is it up and down because there are natural or maybe some not so natural fluctuations in your operations? Now, there's no right or wrong here, but it's a good idea to ask yourself why. Knowing what's happening with the cash and why will give you the insight that you can use to plan for the future. Now, if you do have any questions or observations, please feel free to pop them in the chat now that we can actually use it. Thank you. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about the Business Balancing Act, specifically when it comes to directors' drawings and revenue. It's like walking a tightrope. If you take too much out, you're drying up the cash, and too little, and you're not exactly living your dream lifestyle. And let's face it, nobody goes into business to take a pay cut, right? So think about it this way. Your business is like your personal cash cow. And those director's drawings, well, that's you milking it. But here's the thing. You don't want to milk it dry, leaving it gasping for financial breath. It's about finding that sweet spot, getting enough to sustain your lifestyle without putting your cash cow on a diet. Now, I just want to say here that there are a number of ways that business owners can take money out of the business. When we're talking about director's drawings here, it's really just to give you some insight and clarity around what you could look at on your balance sheet and why it's important. Effectively, here we're talking about your return on investment. So let's go back to your worksheet and your balance sheet and look at the balance sheet for your director's drawings account. Now, it might be called something different in your system. It could be director's drawings, owner's drawings, director's loan. Effectively, it's what you've taken out of the business aside from wages, or sometimes put back in. Sometimes it'll be at the top of the balance sheet in the asset section if you're drawing out more than you're putting in, or if you have loaned the business money and repaying it, you might find it further down in the liability section. Or you might find it in equity. Just depends how your accounts are set up. So I'm going to jump back into the Xero demo and just show you where it is over here. So in this balance sheet, I'm just going to scroll down a little and it's in this liability section, director's drawings here. So if you can find it in your balance sheet and take these 6 figures for the previous 6 months and enter them into your worksheet. Don't worry if you don't have it. Sometimes there are no director's drawings or director's loan as the funds have been distributed to you in another way. But if you can see those numbers, what do you notice? Are there trends? When comparing to your cash, is your cash reducing when your drawings are increasing? Are there fluctuations or are the figures fairly stable? Or is it going the other way and you are dumping a lot of personal cash into the business? Again, there's no right or wrong. but it's important to know what to look for because then you can track it and monitor it. So now what do you do if you notice your cash is decreasing? The easiest way to increase your cash and not take a pay cut is to increase your revenue. It's like giving your cash cow a boost of superfood. So let's take a look at your revenue for the past 6 months and add that to your worksheet. So to do that, you need to look at your profit and loss report. Now, this is a different report to your balance sheet and probably one that you're more familiar with. And when we use the reports together, they give you even more clarity and insight into your financial journey. So let me show you how to pull up the profit and loss in Xero. So I'm just going to go back up to the report section. And again, you might have it saved as a favorite here. Otherwise, just open reports, and I'm going to do it in a new tab so that I can keep my balance sheet there. And we just want to scroll down to the financial statement section again, and here's your profit and loss. And now we want to filter it to 6 months. So this might say current month or last month. So you click your drop down and we want to filter to last month. And we want to compare with the previous month and the previous 5 months and update. Now, I don't want to get too technical, but I think it's important to note a few things here. Your revenue is basically your income or your sales. And you might call it something else, and you might have a number of different lines on your profit and loss to show different revenue types, or you might just have one, and either is okay. So today we're interested in the total monthly income figures. Another thing to remember is the revenue figure on your profit and loss is the sales amount excluding GST. For example, if you invoiced somebody $1,100, $1,000 is revenue, and we'll show here in the profit and loss, and $100 is GST, and that will go to your balance sheet. So don't get confused by the number here not matching your sales invoices. Another thing to keep in mind is this report typically will show you figures based on what has been invoiced. So if your business raises invoices to customers, depending on the timing of those payments, the numbers in the profit and loss won't necessarily correspond with what's being paid to you and has gone into your bank account. But that's a whole other presentation and something we just want to take. So let's just take these figures as we see them today. So if we're having a look at our 6-month figures, in this example, we've got our total 19,773, 16,137, 16, and so forth. So these would be the numbers that you would put into the spreadsheet. Now, when you've done that, have a look at the figures. And what are they telling you? What do you notice? Are there trends? When comparing to your bank balance, is your cash reducing but your sales are up? Where's the money if your sales are up? Or is your revenue on a downward trend? And if you have a number of different revenue items, is one performing consistently better or worse than another? And just like before, there's no right or wrong here. But being aware of these numbers will give you really great insight into the performance of your business, what's working well, and what can we improve. Now, if anybody has any questions or observations that you'd like to share, please pop them through to the chat. Remember, business isn't just about making ends meet. It's about living the lifestyle you set out for when you ventured into business, getting a good return on your investment, and setting you up for the future. So give your business the TLC it deserves, find those opportunities to pump up the revenue, and you'll be sipping on financial success without draining the cash reserves. After all, your business should be funding your dreams, not playing budget police. All right, so let's move on to the last key number. The third key number to look at on your balance sheet is total equity. Now, this one can sometimes seem a little complicated, so I'm going to break it down. Imagine your business is a big ongoing project. You're making money, and that's fantastic. Now, your equity is like the stash of cash that you set aside from all of the profits your business makes over the years. Instead of distributing the profits, you keep a portion in the business. Why? Well, this stash, the equity, acts like a financial cushion. It's money that can be used for a rainy day. Maybe there's an unexpected expense or an opportunity to invest in some new assets and resources, or you need to get through a slow period. So let's go back to your worksheet and your balance sheet. Look at the balance sheet for your total equity, which will be right at the bottom of the report. So I'll just jump back to the balance sheet here. And if I scroll right to the bottom, your total equity is that very last line. So when you've found yours, just pop it into your spreadsheet or into your worksheet. So in this instance, we've got 102, 118, 135, and so forth. So when your business has positive equity, it's showing the financial health and resilience of your business. On the flip side, if the equity is a negative figure, that's a signal to take a closer look and understand why. Now, what do you notice about your total equity figures? Is it showing a positive or a negative figure? Is it fluctuating between the two? Is your total equity consistent with your revenue and your cash? Is there a discrepancy between cash, revenue, and equity? Ask yourself why. What's happening? And you probably know what I'm about to say next, but I'll say it anyway. There's no right or wrong. But now you have some excellent visibility and clarity over your business performance and position, and you can make some really informed decisions about your next steps. In essence, total equity is your business's way of saving up for both the sunny days and the stormy ones. It helps you create a financial strategy that you can use to navigate the long-term success of your business. It's not just about making money now, it's about ensuring your business stays strong and steady for the journey ahead. So understanding your top 3 balance sheet numbers, in this case, cash flow, director's drawings combined with revenue, and total equity, can be a game changer for your business. Firstly, it brings clarity. So there's no more stumbling in the financial fog. It's like turning on the lights and seeing exactly where your business stands and where it's going. Then, cash flow. Mastering your cash is like fine-tuning your cash flow engine, ensuring your business cruises smoothly without any financial hiccups. And let's not forget profitability. It's not just about peeking behind the curtain. It's about spotting opportunities to boost profits. It's making decisions that don't just make short-term cash, but smart strategic moves towards your financial goals. So the metrics that you monitor aren't just numbers on a page. They're your secret weapons to increase clarity, fortified cash flow, enhance profitability, and business success. So you've just discovered the power of your balance sheet and what could be your top 3 numbers. There are 2 ways forward from here. So pathway A, do it yourself. So keep a really close eye on your financials month to month and be aware of how the numbers are driving your business. Notice the trends and the opportunities. Pathway B, let us help you. You can book a time to have a chat to see how you can increase your cash flow, improve your profitability, and enhance your clarity, and how we might be able to put some strategy in place for you to do that. And I'll pop the booking link into the chat now. So why book a discovery call? There's 3 things that you'll take away from a call. You'll get personalized insights into how we can develop a strategy to improve clarity in your business. Together, we'll craft a strategic roadmap to maximize your cash flow, optimize revenue and return on investment, and boost profitability. And you'll come away with clear, actionable steps to enhance your financial game and drive your business forward. I do have a few spots available for a discovery call this week, so you can use that link to book. Now, I'd love to know in the chat, what's your next step? Type call if you're going to book a discovery call, or type think if you're considering your options, or type DIY if you're going to give it a crack yourself. And any one of these is perfectly fine. So now it's your chance to ask some questions. I'm opening up to any questions, thoughts, or observations that you might have, and whether it's about your balance sheet, cash flow, or any other light bulb moments that you'd like to chat about, just pop them into the chat now. All right, so it seems that I might have answered all of your burning questions already. So as we wrap up this journey through your balance sheet, remember this: your numbers aren't just digits. They're the key to unlocking your business's full potential. So identify and keep monitoring your top numbers and watch your business soar. If you're ready to talk with us about putting strategies in place to improve your clarity, then I look forward to seeing you on a discovery call. And finally, a massive thank you for joining me today. I apologise for my technical difficulties at the beginning. I will be much better next time. And your journey towards financial mastery begins now.